Should be live. Yeah. How we doing? I think we're live. No one's saying anything. Yes, they are. Now, cool. Here we go. We're live. Excellent. Another sneak attack. Yeah, pretty much another sneak attack. So I thought we'd just. Well, I'm here. I thought we'd just get this started a bit early. Yeah. Well, basically, we're just going to get it started a little bit early. I'm going to wait for a few people to sort of drop in. And then we'll get started. I want to discuss the Indiana Jones thing, basically, because I found out a little bit more information post video. Because I've got sources that are working on that film, and I just want to sort of run through. Wait, this isn't Jasper Reviews. No, Jasper is here. Of course he is. As always. Gino X 1987 says new car poster on the wall. Yeah. You didn't watch the mail time video on Saturday, my dude. That was part of that video. Same as this. No, this shirt was the last week's one, actually. So basically, I want to run through, I guess, because I'm about to debunk a whole bunch of stuff, really. So I want to run through the sort of qualifications to do the debunking, I guess. It's like, hey, here's some legitimacy, here's why. So you guys will remember, probably the most recent one would be the Candyman. I did a long video on that before any trailers were released, saying, here's what happens in the movie. Then the trailer released and I was like, that confirms all the leaks. That confirms my source. I was right. Like, the movie is literally everything I said it was going to be. Bar for one tiny little thing at the end, which was, Tony Todd appearing for all of, 10 seconds. But that was because that was CG and likely wasn't completed at the time. The Predator, an old movie, I had the script for that. Godzilla King of the Monsters did that. There's been so many bloody movies that I've done leaks for, from sources and such. So I just want to sit here and sort of, I guess, throw out, whenever I say this is what I firmly believe is going to happen based on my sources, I don't tend to say it with any sort of wishy-washiness. I'll always have the caveat, I could be wrong, but now I have confirmed from my source what is basically going to be happening with respect to this sort of bait and switch that is being reported. So I thought I'd just cover that first to kind of go into this nonsense that we've been talking about or hearing about here, is that Phoebe Waller-Bridge, someone who actually isn't known for their acting, they are known for their writing. That's what they're renowned for, is their writing rather than their acting capabilities. But yeah, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is supposedly going to be taking over the role of Indy in Indiana Jones in a film where she already has a character. So that doesn't make any sense, does it? How can you take over the role of Indiana Jones when you already have an established character? So I'm going to be... here we go. God, this is terrible, isn't it? So here we go, right. Shrink this down here. That's not it. Phoebe Waller-Bridge could replace Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones. Let me get this over here. And move my big dumb face over here. This is what's initially been reported, and this is by the Mail Online. Now, the Mail Online are fucking nobodies. They're literally nobodies. I don't understand why anyone's taking them seriously. They are like the biggest nobodies ever. I don't understand like why anyone is taking these guys seriously. Not only to mention is that in their article there's such massive holes in their basic information, their basic knowledge, that you just go, these people are clearly tards. Like, what are you doing? But this is very firmly that game. It's the game to play the woke crowd. And the woke crowd is both sides of it. So it's the people that want it and it's the people that are mass haters of it. This is just playing off against that. It's for clicks. It's manufactured outrage. So here it is. You know, she is to star as Indiana Jones's sidekick next year in Harrison Ford's last outing as the gnarled adventurer. That's right, because that is confirmed to be the last movie with Harrison Ford. It was actually stated to be the last. Well, the initial reports were quite vague whether it was going to be the last one or just the last one for Harrison Ford, but it's the last Indiana Jones of that iteration. Now, they continue and they say, look, now Phoebe Waller-Bridge is being tipped to replace the veteran actor as a female version of the fictional professor of archaeology. I mean, she can't be. Go away, stupid fucking crap. She physically can't be because she's a character in the movie. So there's mistake number one. That doesn't make any sense at all. The film industry is awash with rumours that the Fleabag star will take over as the main Indiana adventurer, making her the first female lead. And then here's the biggest mistake. Since the Disney-made movies began in 1981 with Raiders of the Lost Ark. Disney didn't make them in 1981. What are you talking about? Anyone reporting on this as if the Mail Online know what they're talking about, you are a bit of a disgrace. Like, you are genuinely a disgrace. Right? The Disney made movies. What are you on about? It's not Disney made, is it? Anyway. And then they do the big manufactured outrage hate spin of all this kind of stuff. You know, Kathleen Kennedy. It's SEO, basically. Female lead, Kathleen Kennedy. It's all about search engine optimization. I've done this. I've gone through this many times before on, like, We Got This Covered. Giant Freaking Robot is another one. They're dog shit. Giant Freaking Robot are fucking dog shit. Like, the Mail Online, We Got This Covered, and Giant Freaking Robot are all 3 peas in a pod. Anyone that you follow that reports on what they're reporting on, just fucking sack them off. They don't know what they're talking about. Right? They're the biggest pile of bollocks I've seen. Right? Such garbage. Such garbage. Don't use it. Don't watch them. Don't bother. They're terrible. The amount of exclusives these people have, you'd think that they were working for the studio. They're making this up. I don't get it. I don't get why anyone believes them. And then I think what's very, very key here is the sound bites that they've taken. It's like this person went to someone that they know in the film industry and just said, hey, what would you think about Phoebe Waller-Bridge being a female Indiana Jones? And the reply is, oh, it'd be a huge statement and a great role for Phoebe. That's not saying, that as a quote, does not say to anyone that the source that they're using for that quote knows what they're talking about. Because we don't know the question, we don't know what was asked, but I've just posited something to you which changes the entire context of how that quote is used, doesn't it? But people lap that shit up. They love it. That manufactured outrage. Anyway, people decide, decline to comment. People have cast doubt, etc., etc., etc. All this kind of nonsense, right? All this kind of crap. Now, there's a few things. Also this here. A source said, the gossip on the set is that this character will slot into the leading role. The leading role of what? It's not going to be Indiana Jones, is it? Now I've got some information that I'm going to add to all of this. It's not just me rabbiting on about, total bollocks here. Let me see what you guys are actually saying now as well, because I can. So again, anyone that does any quotations from Giant Freaking Robot, any of those people, bin them off. Bin them off. They don't know what they're talking about. Hands down, they don't know what they're talking about. Now, a few people have happily pointed out, hey, look, you know, we've got Jungle Cruise. Why is Disney not making a sequel to Jungle Cruise? They are. They are making a sequel to Jungle Cruise. It's already happening. They're doing it already. They are doing that. It's literally what they're doing. And then a bunch of other people are like, yeah, but we've got Tomb Raider. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. This role has been filled. It's been filled. It's done. And people talking about female James Bond, well, that's not happening either. They've confirmed. Barbara Broccoli said that's not happening. These are people preying on your outrage. Now, my source said very, very clearly, bearing in mind, remember, I don't report on anything unless unless I say this isn't my source, this is what I've read elsewhere, take it with a pinch of salt. When I report on it from my sources, 9 times out of 10, they're always right. You can see the videos, they're online. Terminator Dark Fate, fucking Candyman, Godzilla King of the Monsters, so many things. The Predator, Grudge, so many. Go and have a look at them. And yet people still choose to tell me I'm talking bollocks. But anyway, and also Batman as well, because people are perpetuating massive rumours about that garbage. So my source said very, 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 very specifically, it doesn't set her up as another indie type. Now you tell me how they're going to continue Indiana Jones as a franchise if this doesn't set her up as an indie type. Now that's really important because the source of all of this said that she will become the fictional archaeology professor. She will be that archetype. Well, my source says it doesn't set her up as an indie type at all. It's not happening. Now, lots of people are thinking, I think there was even some bloody rumours that she's going to wear the fedora. Now, interestingly, like this person works for like a lot of studios, and it's always interesting talking to these people. But they say, because I was like, well, look, Mail Online's gone mental about this. What do you know, what's the situation kind of thing? But they said, yeah, I think that's them trying to play the woke game. Pro-woman leads. But she doesn't don the hat at the end. That's for sure. So loads of people crying that you're going to get Indiana Jones, you know, wearing, giving the hat over. Hey, take my fedora. She doesn't wear the hat at the end. So that's not happening. So anyone that said that, I'm happy to say I just debunk it. Like, straight up. And this source is so incredibly reliable. I would very, very much be inclined to believe them over anyone else. Now, interestingly enough, and this is where it does become interesting, is on the topic of setting her up as another indie type. They do say that that isn't what the film does. There's nothing so blatant as that. But they do say, and this is where I think there's the potential for a spin-off. Now that's different to Indiana Jones and her taking over that franchise, right? It's completely different stuff. Because a spin-off, who cares? It's creating a new franchise with a new character. That, couldn't give a fuck about. No one else should care about that. And if you're crying about that, you should probably check your penis, because you've probably got a micro one, and you're crying about women all day, every day. But my source said, nothing so blatant, but I can see that being possible, i.e. a continuation with her as something else elsewhere. No blatant setup, but something being possible like a continuation. So, there's that. And then you've got everyone else going mental about it. And the thing is, like, loads of people are saying there's time travel in this. What was it? There's no time travel. The Die Glock is not in this. I debunked that a while back. Where is it? I'm not sure if I have it now. I did videos on it all. No, it's not here anymore. God damn. So the deglock is not going to be in it. The time travel element is not going to be in it. Loads of people were thinking there's going to be like wormholes and things like that. Apparently all of that art was just fake. It was just bait and switch. It was to throw people off. The Order of Elysium's not the name, from what I know anyway. So there you go. There you go. But all the usual sorts of going mental about it, as per the norm. Oh, Diana Jones! Shut up. Calm down. It's just simply not the case. Gino X 1987 says we already had a female indie that was good. Was a little TV show called Relic Hunter. I actually sort of remember that, but also sort of don't. Not sure if we had that over here. Phelan, no, completely wrong, dude. Again, I've just debunked all of that. I mean, you can believe it or not, but I have a very good track record with these things. RPR's channel says she grab and try to will wear the hat, but it will be too big, and Indy will say, sorry kid, it doesn't fit. Takes it back and walks off with the dog. Nope. She doesn't wear it at all. Doesn't wear it at the end anyway. Lloyd Lester. Hi, Mr. H. Hi, Lloyd. Mr. H, do you think that the new Matrix will be too meta? Yeah, I think that does actually run the risk of being a bit of an issue for the film. But let's focus on sort of Indiana Jones and the way everyone's crying about it for now, because I think that's utterly hilarious. Kevin O'Connell says, come to think of it, why do we even have another Indiana Jones? Can we not have original things? So they did do an original thing. Jungle Cruise. Very original, because they literally made it from a ride. Pretty damn original, to be honest. And it's not a bad one either. Good movie. Proves that Disney can do Indiana Jones. And as well, like I think a lot of people are really underestimating James Mangold here. A lot of people have an issue with him because he, chimed in on Twitter and defended himself against people and, kind of all this stuff, like, whatever. But I think, like, at the end of the day, if you look at his filmography, he's actually really good as filmography. Doomslayer notes, Mad God is original. Yep, Mad God is absolutely original. Although difficult to watch, sadly. Donovan says, question, if these guys are reporting on this topic as fact, can we call these guys reporters? No, of course not. And also, so they're not reporting it as fact. That's the other important thing to say, is whenever these people, these SEO clickbaiters drop in on things, they're always very, very, very clear in their wording. They're very, very particular to note, it's just rumour, and it could be either, but let's focus on the negative. And all the usual sorts do exactly the same thing when they then report on it. Kevin O'Connell says James Mangold is a great director. I have faith in it just because of him. Ford versus Ferrari was amazing. Ford versus Ferrari was incredible. That was one of the best films for the last however many years. That's an incredible film. Really, really good. Carlo Belton has exactly the right idea here and says that the male is just attention grabbing. We have Uncharted coming, so that could be the indie alternative. However, Marky Mark, isn't it? Marky Mark. Do we know who the female is? It's Phoebe Waller-Bridge. She's not going to be that individual. She will not be taking over that franchise. She just won't be. At all. But yeah, people are pretty incessant on noting that is what's happening with her. But it's also really important to note that she's in pre-production of a TV series. How's she going to take over? Again, people, Do some basic fucking research. How is she going to be taken over as Indiana Jones when she's in pre-production currently on a TV series as an actor? How? Like, actors do, like, they do have to be in certain places at certain times. She is currently in pre-production on a series without any current release date. So that is basically, I have this commitment, I'm working on it, we've got to do it, move forward from there. Donovan says, I like to think that is just the job of one person in Disney, is to fire Kennedy every day, just to fling the door open, Kennedy, you're fired, and walk out. Yeah, she's fired every week, isn't she? And this is what's so comical about this, is that the people reporting on this claim that Kathleen Kennedy's fired every fucking week. And now you're expecting me to believe that this is going to be happening as well? Like, come on. I mean, yeah, a broken clock is right, what, twice a day or some is that the saying? Some crap like that? I mean, come on. Get real. Dawson Assay. Interesting name, man. Says, I have complete faith in Mangold. He's proven time and time again to be a wonderful writer, director. And I doubt Ford would have signed on if he didn't like what the writers came up with. Ford cares. So Ford cares about this character. He's never cared about Star Wars. But he has cared about Indiana Jones. He does like Indiana Jones. He likes that character. And if you listen to how and what he's articulated as to why he even signed up to this one, it's actually quite genuine and sincere. Ladies and gents, we've got 98 likes but nearly 300 viewers. Hit that like button. Come on now. Andy McCallum, the Daily Mail is trash. Yeah, and the Mail Online is just as worse. It is a fucking shit rag. It is absolutely a shit rag. JNon, the problem is the HKK out video gives good views, so YouTubers also boost this up about getting her removed. Yeah, but then, I mean, that's on the plebs that believe it, isn't it, really? What can you do? Mr. H, do you have details in regards to the Alien series set for FX on Hulu? No, nothing new. There's been nothing new at all. Phelan, why do they need to make a female Indiana Jones in the first place? They're not. You need to stop running with that. You're perpetuating the nonsense, my dude. It's not, yeah, they're not doing that. So again, remember, how is Phoebe Waller-Bridge going to suddenly take over this massive franchise when she's pre-production on TV series? And generally speaking, these TV series have quite extensive runs, generally speaking. I'm looking at more details for that one in particular. There's not an awful lot. It's going to be in the UK, South. Yeah, so again, it's going to be in the UK as well. Disney. It's interesting that they moved Indiana Jones to production in the UK anyway. That was quite a surprise, but I think that was actually to do with lockdown protocols in and locations to be used as sort of old Nazi bases and stuff like that. Instead of use like Edinburgh, I think, and Glasgow, if I remember rightly. But this one particularly, this new show that she's been working on. Oh yeah, you know what? I actually can't even bloody see it. It's quite extensive, actually. There's quite a few people signed up to it. Not overly sure where it's going to be shown, but that would be quite an extensive one in terms of. Okay, we'll cover this in a minute. That'll be quite an extensive one, probably on multiple seasons. Rick Shaw says, scrolling through the Daily Mail website gives me an aneurysm. Yeah, exactly. Carlman says, morning H-Man, how are you feeling? Or are you feeling better? Sorry. Yeah, I'm not feeling. I am feeling much better. It's a little bit run down. I wasn't going to be. I didn't work out today. I just did my 6k run, and then I did a 3k power walk just now. Hence why I'm wearing sort of loungy gear. And so again, this is the other thing to sort of take note of. If I'm going to the Mail Online now, right? So I'm looking at their showbiz. So let's always got to remember this: the legitimacy behind stuff. So let's look at this. Some shit about Love Island. Some shit about someone in the bloody gym. Like, that's not showbiz. What are you doing? like the latest, all the latest show business. Let me have a look at this crap. The Only Way is Essex, fantastic, fucking great show business. Harry Styles kissing Florence Pugh, great show business, love it, absolutely the best thing ever. They haven't even updated. This is how crap and far behind they are. They haven't even updated that there's a Hawkeye trailer out. They are not on it. They manufacture this crap. Meet Bond's new allies. Ana de Armas admits she was desperate to get action scenes right, while Lashana Lynch reveals she had military training and details her cocky character. Like, there's nothing here. There's nothing of note. There is literally nothing here. Nothing. It's all garbage. It is all shite. Right? And why anyone is believing these people is utterly beyond me. Utterly beyond me. And you, well, I know it's not beyond me. I know why. It's because it sells, doesn't it? Because people can use that and go, right, let's do it. Let's click on this, yeah. I mean, it's just, nah, crap. Utter crap. Raw Roach sent a popcorn super sticker. Thank you so much. We've got 286 viewers, but only 134 likes. Can we get to 200 likes? I'd really appreciate that. That'd be great. I mean, you're here. You must be enjoying it. So, Jay Anon says, do you have a large collection of physical media? Shows, films, music, or are you mostly streaming? Yeah, no, mostly streaming stuff at the moment. I haven't really bought anything for a while. Why didn't they ever do a follow-up to the 2010 Predators? Interesting question, dude. So I'll get to that in a moment, really. But so basically, this whole thing's just a classic bait. Absolutely classic bait. Siege Perilous says, rage adverts for the SEO. Bollocks. What? Bollocks, that H says. I mean, yeah, it is bollocks, basically. It is. Now, I'm happy to put my reputation on the line for my source, like I have done many times with other things. Like, loads of people didn't believe me about Candyman. Loads of people don't believe me about even dating so far back as The Predator. I was like, oh yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger turned it down because he turned up right at the end and just said, yeah, you know, come with me if you want to live. And then that came out shortly afterwards, and people were like, oh yeah, like crickets. No one believed me. There's so many things. There's so many things. Terminator Dark Fate, no one believed me about that. I had so many fucking hate videos made about me. Reddit as well. There's so many Reddit posts about me from these little fucking wanker Terminator fans sucking their D's about fucking Terminator. Not able to accept that it could be garbage. Fucking absolute nonsense. So I am more than happy to sit here and go, right, guys, I have a source that is very reliable, literally always right, and they said this. I'm very much happy to put my rep on the line and just say, yeah, nah, not likely. Indiana Jones becoming a strong whammon, nah, not happening. Not happening. Doesn't even wear the hat at the end. Set up for a spin-off. Now, let's talk about that, right? Now, I'm sure the outrage merchants will say, hey, that's bad too. Why the fuck is that bad? Who cares? Like, who cares? Who cares? Who cares if they do a woman spin-off movie for Indiana Jones? Who cares? Why do you hate women that much that you're going to care that a spin-off movies happened? Now, that would work perfectly. Do you know a great example of that? Creed. Rocky, Creed. That works really, really well. If you've got a problem with that, you probably genuinely do actually have a problem with women. Because if they're not going to call it Indiana Jones, they're going to call it her own thing. And they're going to say, well, we're going to try and make this a spin-off thing, right? Because we thought she was popular enough to do it. And if that movie then makes money, well, clearly it's just popular. That character is popular, and that's fine. That is not riding on a franchise. I don't look, another franchise. I don't look at Creed and go, oh, that's pissing on Rocky Balboa's legacy. That's pissing on bloody Rocky's franchise. No one does. Literally no one at all. No one. Do you know why? Because the character's pretty good. The character's a good character. They set him up in the film quite nicely. You look at it and you go, yeah, cool. Can I see more of this character? Yeah, sure, why not? You know, you then move forward, you're looking at the character, you're like, yeah, cool, no worries. Good character. I'm happy to see more of this world, happy to see more of what this guy gets up to. And at that point, you don't connect it to Rocky. I mean, you sort of do, obviously, but it's not the same. It's not the same. You know? But this instant mass hatred of anything that, like, I get it. Like, I get it if they just swap a character out and go, this is the new female character. Of course, that's shit. That's absolutely shit. But they're introducing a new character. If they then spin her off into her own movies, titled something else, what's the problem with that? What is actually the problem? Can anyone tell me what the problem with that would actually be? Other than the fact you hate puss. I'd love to hear it. Because then I'd love to hear how Creed is any different. And what issue you've got with Creed. John Stone says, Mr. H, huge fan. I'm writing a novella with multiple genres. From your opinion, what makes a story successfully balance genres? Any examples of this? Wow, yeah, interesting question, man. So, obviously not massively on topic, but I'm happy to answer it if it's in a super chat for sure. So, with respect to... so if you're writing a novella with multiple different genres, so different stories... what makes a story successfully balance genres? Right, so it's one story then, successfully balancing a genre. I would say it's about having a core genre, right? So you could say I've got horror as the base genre here, but we've actually thrown in, detective noir in with the horror. Or, you know, a heist element with the horror. It's all about identifying your core genre first and then working in a genre around it, like a subgenre, you know? Like you look at, there's so many different, you know, there's different movies that do exactly the same kind of thing. It's all about having your core genre that you work from first, and then the subgenres that are built off of it. And actually a lot of movies are like that. You know, if I asked you to identify exactly which genre Alien was in, like that might be quite difficult. You know, is it a sci-fi? That's a genre. Is it a horror? That's a genre. You know, same as Predator or Aliens. Aliens is an action movie, but it's also sci-fi, but it's also horror. There's quite a lot. There's quite a lot of good examples, actually. Right, so let me have a look at this. Brandon Kilgore says, "What do you think of? What do I think of boxing Helena? I don't. What do you mean by that? I don't know what that is." Lord of Illusions was a good genre bender. You go watch Lord of Illusions now. It's not that good. It does not hold up that well. It doesn't hold up that well. The point being, stop messing with franchises that are already established. Hollywood, wake the fuck up and create something new already, for Christ's sakes. No, again, I disagree, Seth, my dude, because, again, that's like saying, well, then we shouldn't have the Creed movies, right? You can introduce a character that then becomes its own franchise in a franchise. If the character is popular enough to do a spin-off franchise, what's the issue with that? And I tell you what, Creed and Rocky are the perfect examples. It is actually the perfect examples. Because you've got, you know, Sylvester Stallone. I'm not going to say he's too old to keep doing it, but in the movies, they painted him as too old to keep going, health issues, etc. And then they introduce a new character that sits there and goes, "Great, I'm cool now. Let's go." Good character, spin-off movie, worked well. So that's a really, 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 really good example to compare very, very well actually with this Indiana Jones one. Is if that's what they do, it works fine. There is no issue with that, because you are spinning off a character that is successful in their own right from a franchise to their own franchise. You know, I don't see what the problem is with that. I genuinely don't. Seth Kaiser says, let's switch everything around. Let's turn Ripley into a man and Corporal Hicks into a woman. None of it makes sense. Leave it be. Start something new. That's what they're doing. That is what they're doing. There's no issue with that. There's no issue with that. Come on. The way it's sort of exampled like that, no problem. I don't, you know, I have yet to see a well-rounded argument as to why that's a problem. Introducing a character that becomes good under their own steam and then has their own movie, not titled the same movie as the last one, a different franchise, and then becomes its own thing. Creed, great one. And I tell you what is quite sad about this is, like, I understand it, but you guys aren't listening to reason, and you are sounding quite affected by it all, which is really sad, because you're not doing yourself any favors by going off on one like that. Like, you're not doing yourself any favors by doing it. Like, you are very much sort of just playing into it. Yeah, shame. Don Pandemoniac. Name another good example. Name a bad example. I mean, I'm not here to say that there's any more great examples or there's any bad ones. I mean, I'm just saying that that's a good example, and it's a direct one to this. But also, by the same logic, if you can't name a bad example of that happening, then you don't have a leg to stand on. You literally don't. You know, to sit there and go, well, you can't name another good example of it. It's like, all right, fine. Sure. Can you name a bad one, though? Can you? And the reason why it's difficult to name any of those ones, because it's not actually been done that much. Because normally, and this is the thing, this is why people get so hopped up on it, normally, they do just swap them out. They have been doing that. But they haven't... That's not what's happening here. From what my source says, that's not what's happening here. You know, they are supposedly just setting it up moving forwards as a spin-off. So, yeah. TK. Hey, Mr. H, you probably answered this a million times, but I'd like to know your opinion on Prometheus and Covenant. I thought they were great movies, despite them being not what I expected or wanted. I like Prometheus, has its issues. Massive blatant plot holes, things like that. But I liked it, it was good fun. Covenant, hugely disappointing. It's like, you know, having a massage with that happy ending. You know? Or being cock teased so much and then not being allowed to come. Like, it's not fun. You know, Prometheus was the setup. Covenant didn't pay anything off. Terrible. Yeah. Bitter DFD. Well, I mean, bitter it's in your name, isn't it? This won't be the launch pad for a spin-off. It's a one-off because this movie is going down in flames. Yeah, they keep saying that about Batman as well. Or The Batman. But I tell you what, that movie's going to kill it. And not only that, all evidence supports that as well. It's not just my opinion. All evidence supports that. You know, loads of people just simply hating on stuff, right? I'll tell you what, I bet you when that Indiana Jones 5 trailer releases, it's going to go fucking mental. It will get killer views. It will. And you know why? It's because it does thrive on nostalgia. People want it to be good. Like, people want that movie to be good. Yes, the last one was garbage. But 1 out of 4 is not bad. That's not bad. 1 out of 4 is not bad. Normally trilogies suck. There's normally always one bad one in a trilogy. But 1 out of 4 is not bad. So they will be looking at this. Most people won't be burned by that one. They won't be. They'll be put off somewhat. Because they'll be, oh, that's a shit movie. But let's look at the trailer. Let's see if this is going to be good. Mark my words. That trailer will blow up. So anyway, John Stone says, want to support your Viking movies, where can I access them? You're an inspiration, sharing good stuff, critiquing shite, and fighting the machine. Well, that's very kind. So I was actually going to be doing a post about that, actually, a community post. So anyone who is a tier 2 level supporter will have access this month to the behind the scenes making of documentary on Breaking Lights. Next month, Breaking Lights will then be released to members. And then it will happen again the following month. It'll be the making of Black Fields. That will be released. And then Black Fields will be released to Tier 2 member supporters. So if you want to watch those things at your leisure online in 4K, please do. It'll be there. Be there this month. So yeah, have a look. So yeah, you will be able to see them. You can't get the physical media of it though anymore. We're done with that. We're not doing that. Aaron Editor says, "Hey, I saw the truck you're building. If you could put any engine in it, regardless of cost, what would you choose?" Well, so it's got the engine I want in it, actually. It has a SR20 DET, which is a inline 4-cylinder turbo. So yeah. Yeah, no, it actually does have that one in it already. Thank you to anyone supporting the channel with super chats and things like that. It does go a long way to supporting what I do here in my sort of efforts to entertain you and keep the lights on. Like YouTube sucks quite a lot. It does really actually help me doing what I'm doing here. But yeah, no, so yeah, it has it. So the SR20 DET, for those that don't know, there's a few different iterations of it. There's the flat top, there's the bent cam, there's a VVL or VVTI version. There's a good few versions of it, and then there's the SR20 DET, which is the rally spec one with ITBs, but with like it's got like forged internals and things like that. Some forged internals, not all of them, some forged internals. And that one went in the Nissan Pulsar GTIR. So the one I've got in my pickup truck is the one which was out of the S13 or the 180 SX, which I believe in the States actually had a KA or a CA. Another 4-cylinder, but it was it had a very similar look and orientation to the RB. It was like a baby RB engine, basically. But the one I've got in my truck is the S13 flat top, flat cam, or flat valves, whatever. SR20 DET, and that's what I would have. I've got it. That's what I would have. It's a good engine, works a lot of power. It's very nice. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Good engine, nice, powerful. Can be tuned pretty easily to make about 350, 400 horsepower with stock internals and things like that. It works. It's good. Brandon Kilgore, Prometheus is like a massage with a happy ending. Mistake Reviews 2021. No, that's Alien Covenant. Tom Working says, "I've noticed a lot of stupid low-profile wheels where I live. Careful with your undercarriages." I don't have low-profile wheels. I have a 45 sidewall on mine, I think. 135, 45. Yeah, they're 45. I don't do low-profile tyres on my cars. There's no point. Looks like you got well over the weekend, Miss H. Yeah, a little bit. I still felt... it still felt pretty shit this morning. I didn't do my chest workout, which was what I was going to do. And if anyone's interested, I will be sharing some of my old sort of bodybuilding pictures over on my Twitter and Instagram. So you can check them out as well if you want. Both of them are just at Mr. H Reviews. There's some training pictures up on Twitter now that I think shocked a few people. I'm so lean you can actually see... you can see everything, all heads of the deltoid and stuff. It's interesting. Right, okay. So, does it take much oil from the turbo? Does it take much oil with the turbo, chap? And the SR20? No. Not really. Aaron Editor says, also, have you seen the trailers for the new season of Dexter? It's been around 8 years since the last season. No, I haven't, actually. I actually haven't. You know, I have not. I did not check that one out. Mr. H, what would you like to see in the Predator film? I don't know. I actually don't know. You not a fan of Telegram, buddy? No, because you just tend to split your audience. Like I'm on Twitter, it works. I'm on Instagram, it works. I don't post anything heinous. And anything I do post that is, you know, sometimes bad or whatever, I don't get flagged, so I don't really see the issue. And I don't see why people should leave platforms just because it's, you know, full of indoctrinated douchebags. Because then you're just giving them the platform. Why would you do that? Like, people should still be there. It's like leaving your town just because it's got, you know, some arseholes in it. You'd be like, well, no, it's my town. Yeah, these are platforms which we can all use. Lloyd Lester, Mr. H, your professional advice for an aspiring screenwriter. Thanks. Well, dude, honestly, I'm not really one to ask. Like, people have enjoyed my films, but people haven't. I think, generally speaking, like, you know when you've got a good story. You've got a good story, you like it, you work with it, you know you know that is the person you were trying to craft. I always think it's important to write in stages. So you write a bit, sleep on it, go back, read it again, come away. Do you predict what's going to happen? Obviously, you wrote it, but do you predict what's going to happen? Yes. Is it obvious once you're reading it what's about to come up? Well, turn left instead of going right. That sort of thing is important, I think. But I mean, I'm not one to ask. You know, I'm not amazing at screenwriting. Yeah. Bob Hope caught my main man, Mr. H. Gonna end my last hour on a high note. Good man. I'm glad you're here. Al Humphreys says, so Mr. H, with the Datsun 720 truck, is there no problem putting the power down with not much weight in the back? Yeah, no, it spins its wheels. Like, it's not good at gripping. But it's also got stretched tyres and they're going to be changed. So it has wheel span quite a few times, but then also as well, like, I don't drive. The truck isn't for that. It's not for power. Like, if I want to drive fast, I've got my 370Z and I've got the GTI-R. Obviously, the GTI is down at the moment. But those are the cars that I want to drive fast in. The truck isn't for that. The truck is just like, it's not from a stop fast. Like, you can, but I would never launch it. The truck is to surprise people on overtakes, just for a laugh. And you're not going to chirp the wheels on an overtake. Yeah, you downshift and stuff like that, but you're not going to spin out. So that's fine. And I have overtaken a good few people with that truck, and it's been very, very comical. People are just like, what? As this, like, old 40-year-old truck zooms past them with the choo-choo turbo noises. John Stone says, what was your strategy for finding time and energy to write and direct your films while busy? Do you have certain rituals or methods for how you write? So in terms of actually directing the films and stuff like that, I just didn't sleep that much. You guys will probably be aware of that with the kind of content production here. I typically don't sleep a great deal. I have been sleeping a lot more now, but when I'm doing stuff like that, I just don't sleep that much. It's just not what happens. And you know, from you know, setting it all up, writing stuff, pre-production's huge. It's very, very expansive. There's a lot going on in pre-production, and it's just hectic. So yeah, I just don't typically sleep that much, but I always keep the very, like, core habits in. So I always eat well. I keep all of that as structured as possible. I always work out. I keep that as structured as possible when I'm writing and stuff like that. But when it comes to then shooting, obviously I still eat, or as much as I can anyway. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the rituals and methods for how I write, I don't force it. I just sit down and I try. And if it's not coming to me, I leave it. Normally, ideas will come to me in, like, weird times. Like, ideas for certain shots and setup will come in dreams, or when I'm having a shower, simply. You know, I thought of something the other day when I was having a shower. I was like, this would be perfect. Great. Write it down quickly when I get out of the shower. It's about allowing those ideas the time to roam. But there's no specific ritual. Raw Roach sent another super sticker for 50 Norwegian kroner. Thank you so much. Mark Fields says, hello, Mr. H and Jasper. I don't understand the hate. Spin-offs have been a thing for a long time. Keep up the excellent work. Yeah, exactly. I don't get it either, dude. I just don't understand. And again, like I said, a great example of that is Creed. Rocky, Creed. It works. Alex Blackburn says, first time watching your live content. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you. I'm glad you're watching. I'm glad you're here. Spiritual Gain says, yeah, I get your point, chap. Have you got the link to your other channel with the cars? So my second channel is actually in the description box, ladies and gents. If you do want to check it out, check it out. It's in the description box. You don't have to. It's another channel that I run, that I film stuff on, and I enjoy editing. It's just a bit of fun for me. But you don't have to. It's all good. It is non-compulsory. Al Humphrey says, I bought Psycho Gorman on Blu-ray from Amazon. When I got it, it won't play due to a regional problem. Now I have to send it back. Great. That sucks, man. That is poo. Can you download it? Was there a download link on there? Normally on Blu-rays there's download links where you can download it securely. Check that out. That sucks though, man. That's really, really garbage. I'm really sorry to hear that. We've got 244 likes, only 318 viewers. Get the likes up to 250, that'd be great. And, you know, higher if you really want. It's up to you. But yes, we shall see. Bum, 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 bum. Right, anyway. So, Nikki, I'm not late at all. You're definitely late. We are, how late? Oh, we're nearly an hour in here, ladies and gents. We're nearly an hour in here. So again, just to reiterate again, like for anyone that's turning up late and things like that, let's talk about Indiana Jones, the swapping of the, characters, the passing of the torch, as it were. From my sources, that's not how it's set up. She is not explicitly set up as an indie type. And you've got to remember, we have to remember where all of this rumour started from. The Mail Online, where they said they are going to take over. She's going to take over. Right? That's the reports. And that's what everyone's running with. Now, from my source, that has worked directly on this film, they state she's not set up as an indie type. She doesn't wear the hat. It's none of that. Could there be spin-offs? Yeah, I could see that working. Spin-offs, I don't see such an issue with. I do agree, and I've said this many times, I do agree. Lots of people really liking my shirt. Good, I'm glad. This is about my lounge gear. I did a power walk earlier, so this is all my sort of loungy gear. So I'm glad you're liking it, because I'm just sort of chilling in my loungy gear. Where did you get the shirt? I want one. So this is... I don't know. It was in... I don't know. It was in 2 unboxing videos ago. I had the link down below. John Davies might be able to know it. Do you remember... do you remember the Etsy link to all of that? It's not the one that was in... It's not the Battle Tribe. It's the other one. Clay Graham Art on Etsy. I think, or Clay Graham Art. I think that's who does this. I think. Clay Graham. But yeah, so there's no issue with spin-offs. I don't see what the problem is with spin-offs. What's the issue with spin-offs? Come on. Why do we hate on spin-offs? And I agree, I hate, ladies and gents, I hate when they just swap a character out and go, here you go, that guy is got a pussy now, enjoy. Like, no, come on. It's fundamentally not the same character. You can't just swap its gender and we're all going to like it. It's not the same. And the same applies for what women enjoy as well. You just wouldn't expect anyone to like that. It doesn't make any sense. But a spin-off, when you're making the character stand on its own feet in its own franchise, its own movie, I don't see a problem with that. I don't see any issue with that. I think most people who do genuinely have a problem with that probably do genuinely just have a problem with women. Because I do not see anyone hating on Creed, And if they did, I'd probably say the similar thing. You might be a bit of a racial bigot. But you're not going to hate on Creed because it was done well. That's the point. If it's done well, it's done well. You're not going to hate on it. Spin-offs done well work. Spiritual Gain says, you got to get this road trip on next year with the cars. Get a crew going. Yes. So I would absolutely adore going and doing a road trip. It's to Scotland, isn't it? You're in Scotland. Spiritual Gains, my dude. So yeah, no, I would absolutely love to do a road trip. I think the truck would be the best one to do a road trip in. Like, the truck would absolutely be the best one. Mr. L says the torch doesn't need to be passed. A new one should be lit. I'll take spin-offs over remakes. Exactly. And that is what this is setting up. A spin-off. And I agree, yeah. Like, you can't... You don't pass the torch. That's dumb. Also, ladies and gents, for loads of people saying they like this shirt, there is actually stuff on the... Let me show you the back. There is stuff on the back. I'm in no way affiliated with the link that John Davies the Wrench just posted in the chat either. Clay Graham Art is who made this shirt. He's posted the link up. I'm not affiliated. I got sent this by someone else, not Clay Graham. But the back of the shirt's cool as well. You can see it there. It's a cool shirt. So if you want it, we've posted the link to it. I don't get anything for that. I'm not. Yeah. But if you want to tell him that I sent you there, please do. I won't get anything for it, but it might be cool. Might be cool to see. And now you've seen my back. Because everyone seems to be shocked that I've got legs. I've got a back as well, ladies and gents. So yeah, so I wouldn't be too concerned about it. I wouldn't be worried. Spin-offs are fine. Spin-offs are absolutely fine. Spiritual Gain says, what about Star Wars? It was terrible. Would you class that as a spin-off? What Star Wars though? Which one? Spiritual Gains, yes, buddy. And I'll set your rooms up, not a problem. With a B&B, get the North Coast 500 going. Yeah, honestly, mate, that'd be awesome. If you can set me up with a room at your B&B, that'd be great. Like, genuinely, that'd be great. That would... Mr. L, back reveal. Yeah, that would take quite a large portion off the... off of a trip like that, because obviously, you know, stopping and things like that. Yeah, that would help. And it also as well, it makes me more inclined to do it because that's going to cost quite a lot on fuel. But I'd like to do that in the truck next year, in the summer. So, how much advance warning do you need to do that in the summer? Because I'd imagine you're pretty booked up in the summer, aren't you? What's your breakfast like as well in that B&B? I eat a lot of food. How's the breakfast? Al Humphrey says, I love that shirt, Mr. H. I think I'm going to get one. It's cool. I really like it. I'll tell you what I really liked was the one I wore yesterday, where I was like, company man, Mr. H. You know, and it was all here. It was the Wayland Yutani. It was the polo shirt. I really like that one. It's cool. It's a cool shirt. Anyway, so, hello there, Mr. H. Do you think future Mad Max movies will get banned in China? Also, Stellenbosch is worth visiting and is very safe. Where's Stellenbosch? I'm always intrigued to hear new places. Spiritual Games, honestly, chap, not a problem. You let me know when you're thinking date-wise. I will. It's probably. I mean, I actually don't know. I'm supposed to be going back into. I'm supposed to be going back into See the Truck on Wednesday because I need to talk about future work with it. But I would imagine it'll be back by summer, and then I'll go in the summer. If the Pulsar's up and running, I'll go in the Pulsar because that'd be comfortable, be really comfortable. The truck should be comfortable by the end because it should have 370Z seats. But we'll see. Chris, glad to finally see the back of you. You're here with the knee slappers, mate. You're good. I like your knee slappers. You're a good dude. Brandon Kilgore, Airbnb, sour candy or bust? I love sour candy. I'm not going to lie. The Harlequin, you don't have a back. The boys at ILM just copied and pasted your front. Can't fool me with your smoke and mirrors, Senor H. Fuck's sake. You're funny. You are funny. Yeah, Mr. H, middle management for Wayland Yutani. Yes, absolutely. Middle management, yep. Mr. H's breakfast is the size of Goku's and Vegeta's, meaning your breakfast will be empty afterwards. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, we got Ellie Moses here as well, haven't we? Nice to have you in, dude. Been a while since you've been here. I think so. Someone said something earlier which actually reminded me of another spin-off which wasn't so good. Hold on, un second. My dog's about to bark. Right, anyway, so I'm back. Sorry about that. So what was the spin-off that I was thinking of? Spin-offs that didn't do so well. I was fucking literally just on the tip of my tongue as well. Someone said something which reminded me of it. Oh, where was it? Mad Max. There you go, Mad Max. So here's an example of a spin-off where it doesn't work, right? Here's an example. Because someone asked, give me an example, right? Someone asked, give me an example or another good example. And I said, well, give me an example of a bad one. Here's an example where a spin-off doesn't work. Mad Max. Furiosa. Right? Now, why does that not work? Because the main character of the original franchise isn't dead. Right? They're not dead. They're not going anywhere. It's still functioning. Can still be something. Can still do something. Furiosa as a character in Fury Road wasn't that compelling. It was fine. Wasn't that great. Right? So when you're looking at that, I'm looking at that and I'm going, right, okay. So why aren't you just giving us another Mad Max movie? Jasper's in the corner there. And that's an example. That is an example of where a spin-off, I think, will fundamentally fail. And it deserves to fail. Because the character of Furiosa is not that interesting. Not that compelling. The only way that that is going to be good is if the writing is exceptional. And the acting is exceptional. Now, they've got Chris Hemsworth. They've got Anya Taylor-Joy. And someone else. Could it be good? Yeah, absolutely it could be, actually. It could be really good. But that is an example where a spin-off fails, I think, or has the potential to fail. And why is it? It's because you're left wondering why they're not continuing it. No one is going to sit there and wonder, ladies and gents, why they're not continuing Indiana Jones. Because Harrison Ford's, it looks like he's made out of dust at the moment. I mean, he's in great shape, FYI, but you know what I mean? He's old. We all acknowledge he's old. Is he going to be able to keep doing this? No, of course not. No one is clambering for Harrison Ford to keep making bloody Indiana Jones movies for the next fucking 10 years, are they? And that's the important distinction, isn't it? It's and that's the same thing. That's the same behind Creed and Rocky and Mad Max. Where's the distinction there? The main character can't continue, narrative-wise, can't continue. So you set up a new franchise with a character introduced with the franchise you love. If the character's compelling, they stand on their own feet. I don't think Furiosa will stand on its own feet, FYI. I think it will, unfortunately, fundamentally fail. But there you go. There's the example that people were asking for. Bitter DFD. Harrison is the product people want and will pay for. They will not pull this off. Audiences are becoming cynical and wise to the bait and switch. Misleading trailers won't help. What? That's not even a sentence, mate. What are you talking about there? Are you talking... What won't work? That, again, runs completely on the fact that... you know, that it absolutely is a bait and switch, which I'm telling you it's not. But I don't know. Oh, I've got to crack my back. Ah, God, that really hurt. Right, anyway, and again. Thoughts on Stuckman's movie? Personally, think it's going to be dreadful. Can't stand the guy's film criticism either. Louis Phillips. So I'm not really going to get into critiquing someone else like that. Because, look, at the end of the day, loads of people probably fucking hate my movies. You know, they probably do. They probably think my movies are utterly appalling. So I don't want to get into it. But yeah, I mean, if you're asking for my absolute honest opinion on his movie, it could have been a lot better, couldn't it? Let's be honest. It didn't make any sense. Or on his current movie that he's making, it's just riding a weird viral wave bandwagon. I don't know. I don't get it. Gojira Prime. Hi, Mr. H. Have you seen Kate on Netflix? I saw it on Saturday and thought it was okay. I've heard it's not particularly the best, to be fair. I've heard it's not particularly the best, but I will have to watch it just to let you guys know what I think of it. I was busy at the weekend watching a Malignant. What a funny movie. Love Malignant. What an absolute balls to the wall schlock fest that was. Utterly balls to the wall. Loved it. You have to like B movies to like that, though, to be fair. You have to really like him. Because that movie, that is a B movie if there ever was one. Absolutely is. Ellie Moses says, say what you want about the films, but I feel Jurassic World is a great example of nostalgia and ushering a new generation. Both films made 1 billion plus, and the third looks to tie back to the first film. So, Jurassic World, what was it? Dominion? Was that the one? Jurassic World Dominion? Or Fallen Kingdom? What's the one that was in the middle? That was terrible. Hated that one. Awful film. Awful film. RPR's channel, Kate, is another tiny woman beating up large men movie. Yeah, okay. I mean, I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment on it. I don't mind movies like that. You know, I don't. You know, I genuinely don't mind. Miss H, thoughts on Halloween Kills being released on streaming? I think that they're going to shoot themselves in the foot there. I actually think they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. I think ultimately, like, a whole bunch of movies have released. And I think it's interesting, right? Some movies have released and some people have gone, some studios have gone, right, Shang-Chi did well. Venom, let's move it up. 1st of October. Perfect, let's go. And then other people have gone, day and date release, streaming. What? What a weird reaction. Polar opposites. I think they're going to shoot themselves in the foot with that. And I also don't know whether, I mean, they're saying clearly it will take a hit, but they already have the sequel in the can, so do they care? I think that they will care, but I don't know whether that's a sign of no confidence. Jasper's just distracted me. Distractions everywhere, ladies and gents. Distractions everywhere. Dawson Assay says, hey Mr. H, do you by any chance know what the artifact is in Indy 5? Oh, the artifact that they're working with. No, I don't. No, I don't actually. Yeah, no, I genuinely don't. Bit of this, bit of that. Mr. H, while we are on Halloween quickly, what do you think they mean by passing the torch? On what, Halloween? Have they said that they're passing the torch on Halloween? I don't think they were. Did they say that? That's new to me. Mr. H was wondering what you thought of the King in Yellow stories. I actually haven't had a chance to look at that yet, Ricky, my dude. I will, but I actually haven't had a chance yet. Fallen Kingdom. Yeah, okay. But I liked enough of it to say, yes, good movie. But it had very Jurassic Park, Lost World vibes. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Pretty much actually the same, to be fair. Ghostbusters new one is charming. So that's a passing of the torch. That is a movie where they are swapping out the leads, aren't they? Right? Ghostbusters Afterlife is a movie where they are changing things up. But that looks to be done in a pretty respectful way. Michelle O'Rourke. Hey, Mr. H, how are you today? I'll tell you what, I'm better. I'm better than I was on... because what was it, Wednesday and Friday, wasn't it? I was sick for quite a little while last week. Yeah. Finbar White says, "Evening, Mr. H. Hope you're back okay soon. Can you wish Vassy Dog well as her dog?" What? What? Can you wish Vassy's... What? Finbar White, my dude. I'm very confused with what you're saying here. You've sent a super chat, but I don't understand. Evening, Mr. H. Hope you're back okay soon. I'm not too bad. Or is it... I hope my back's okay. My back's not too bad now either, to be fair. I've sorted it out. Can you wish Vassy Dog well as her dog? Do you think we'll get a Venom Spider-Man film soon? I'm very confused, Finbar, my dude. I'm very confused. Vassy Dog. I'm wishing it well. I assume there's an issue with your dog. I'm guessing. It's very confused me. That's confused the hell out of me. Do you think we'll get a Venom Spider-Man film soon? You know what? I don't know. I don't know. It looks like maybe we will. They've already noted now that they're swapping it over in the games, haven't they? So there's the potential for that. Jaco Ellers, Miss H, I'm glad that you are better. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I am much better. Yeah, much better. Finbar White, Miss H, it came out wrong. Vassy's dog's ill. Ah. Now I understand. Yeah. So yeah, Vassy, I do hope your dog gets better. What's wrong with your dog, Vassy? And how does everyone else know that your dog's not very well and I don't? What's going on? I want to know that my wrenches are okay. Tony Todd is voicing Venom in the Spider-Man 2 game. Yeah, I saw that. Isn't it not coming out to like 2024 or something like that? That's bloody insane. Tom Working, back problems, muscular, aggravated old injury, or spinal. So, for those that care, all 10 of you, the issues with my back actually stem from an anterior pelvic tilt. So, I can't remember how I initially got it, but I had... Yeah, I literally have no... I can't remember. I had it years and years and years ago. Nearly 10 years ago now, actually. Long time. So I had this over-exaggerated anterior pelvic tilt. So my pelvis tipped forward. Bit of a lordotic curvature in my spine. My glutes were quite weak. My hip flexors were tight. And then basically it allowed my intervertebral disc to slowly bulge out my spine. And that caused, obviously, severe problems for me. And ever since then, like, I've had a little bit of a back problem here and there. Nothing major, but yeah, here and there, like, it'll come and go. And then recently now, like, because I just sit down a lot, because I'm here, and I haven't been doing my stretching. It's all to do with stretching. I have been, yeah, it's been poo. My back was poo. But it's fixed, I think. I think, for the most part, it is fixed. We'll have to see, obviously. But I've been pretty diligent with my stretching routine, which has been good. So, yeah. Chris, hi, Jasper. Good to see your human looking better. I like your comments, Chris. You're a dude. You're very funny. You're very funny. Seth Kaiser says, with all due respect, Spider-Man Homecoming was the only movie in my lifetime I ever walked out of the movie theatre on. Why? Why? You didn't... Why didn't you like it, Seth? Why didn't you like it? Spiritual Gains, Mr. H. I've got to hit the sack, but I'll email you. We'll get an idea of dates and what roads and areas you want to hit for the trips next year. Yeah, please do, man. If you have any advice as well on that, you know, give me... you know, because if you're up there and you know people that do the run, then let me know like what they say, what feedback they've given you, and things like that. I'd love to hear it. I'm open to ideas, so absolutely email me for sure. Cybergeek says, Mr. H, sorry I'm late to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Sorry if this is off topic, but any word on the Glutton of Despair figures? They were supposed to be going out. I'm going to have to contact Tiffany about that. I don't know. Yeah, they were supposed to be going out. I will literally contact her now because they were supposed to be going out. So a bit confused with that. Let me have a look. Hey Tiffany, when are the Glutton of Despair figures shipping? I'm getting some questions. Nothing major. Just people wondering. Thank you. There you go. That's literally what I've said. So we'll see. We'll see what she comes back with. But they should have actually come. As far as I was aware, they were going to be going out already. So I'm a bit confused by that. So I'm sorry about that. I do know that the other side of her business, because this is what this collaboration part is a tiny piece of the pie. It is not very big. To what she normally does. The other side of her business is massive at the moment and is very, 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 very busy. She does this as a favour. It's not like a big part of what she does. It's just her doing me a favour to give you guys some really cool figures. So I'm not really sure. We'll see. But I'll figure it all out and I'll let you know on the next live stream if you want. Ricky Gilly says, Mr. H, glad you're feeling better. Didn't watch it, but it was released in cinemas, but watched Alita recently. As I trust your opinions as to what is a good film. Now I'm hoping for a sequel. Isn't it a good film? It's just harmless, isn't it? Earnest, it's good. Yeah, it's good fun. Good fun film. I really like that film. I've got a lot of love for that film. Michelle O'Rourke says, Mr. H, can you please read some more Lovecraft for us? You have a voice for the macabre and spooky. Yeah, look, 100%. So I was actually supposed to do another Lovecraft reading live last Wednesday, but I was sick, so I did it basically. But I was going to do them. But guys knew that I was going to be doing that, or that was the plan anyway. So I'm happy to do more. I like doing the readings. I really do like reading those things. Yeah, to you guys. So if you enjoy it, yeah, there will be one again. Hopefully you guys join in the live ones and support the extensive work that goes into it with the super chat function. Cybergeek says, and if they have shipped, then I haven't gotten any info on it, and thus apologise for pestering about something that didn't need to be asked. No, it did need to be asked because I haven't had an update yet. So absolutely needed to be asked for sure. So yeah, no, needed to be asked, my dude. Absolutely, and you're not pestering at all. Martin Clark, Mr. H. Anything on more on the Batman screening? So I can confirm that it did actually happen. I did update the recent Batman video, which was this week. What was it even called? So there's a Batman video I did last week. Sorry, the Batman Gotham City sounds amazing, and Batman leak test screening, whatever it was. So I'd actually a source. I spoke to a source that knew that it had actually screened. It was legit, and there were some concerns that it was going to be too dark, basically. So the commentary on it being a horror is probably quite high. It was completely unconfirmed, but the concern of the Riddler being too nefarious, too jarring, that sort of thing, I think is true. Spiritual Gains Yes, just watched a little of your other channel, and I've had that with the boost pipe coming off. What a noise, eh? Yes, plenty to help with your trip, buddy. Perfect, cool. Do it, my dude. I will be keen to hear any and all suggestions. Absolutely. Who's my favourite director of all time? Oh, you know what? I don't know. I actually don't know. Don't think I've got a favourite director. So what's Vassy? John Davies, she never tries to eat anything bar deer poop. Bambi is sus. What is going on with your dog? Vassy. Let me try and find. I want to find out what's going on with your dog. Thank you. She's a Staffy Cross, Jack Russell Terrier. So she's a hardy little bugger. I suspect she ate some deer poo. Oh, she got a bad tummy or something like that. Is that what's happening? I'm scrolling back up to figure it out. Doggo caught something from daycare. Have to fast her, and she has temperature. Hopefully will clear in a few days. Ah, okay. I've scrolled back up now. All right, cool. Done. Yeah, I hope she gets better. It's never good when your fur babies are going down. It's not good. It's very concerning stuff. So yeah, not good. Sorry to hear that. RPR's channel. When you are done with Lovecraft, there's always more Cthulhu mythos from August Derleth and Brian Lumley. Yes, there is. Yeah, there absolutely is. And also, Ricky Gillies is the person to thank for that. He literally bought me the complete works of H.P. Lovecraft. So I actually have a hard copy now, a hardbacked book of it all, which I literally sit here and read to you, which you guys have enjoyed, or did enjoy anyway, the first one. Bit of this, bit of that. I'm off to bed, working too hard. Miss H, do get some of them live readings going. We'll definitely support and listen. See you, everyone. All right, perfecto. And I will. I absolutely will. 100% I will. Doomslayer is saying, you know, can't you see that there's a Saw vibe in the trailer and things like this? Yeah, I guess so, but I mean, I wouldn't say there's a Saw vibe in the trailer. A person killing stuff, leaving messages. It's not really the same. I view Saw as more, you know, torture porn, right? That's what it is, isn't it? So I don't really see that in there. You know, leaving notes. Not really Saw. I'm pretty certain people have done that before Saw. I mean, even what's the movie? Is it 7? Yeah, even the movie 7 had elements like that. Sort of. Kind of. I think having those dark elements of the Batman might go over well, because remember Tim Burton's Batman was very dark at times, and that movie was a smash hit. Yes! Agreed. Absolutely agreed. What's this? Miss H, I have a first edition complete works of Edgar Allan Poe that was gifted to me by my parents because they know how much I love his poetry. Edgar Allan Poe's great. I do like Poe. I did a reading of The Raven of Poe. I enjoyed that. I had really good fun with that. Really, really good fun with that, actually. So I do like Poe. I never really got into other works of, unfortunately. I'm not even sure why. Like, why didn't I get into it? I don't know. I think like The Raven is the go-to though, isn't it? It is the go-to for stuff like that. Smoke Monster, my dog is the king of the house. Good, as they should be. My back needs to crack again. Very painful. Very painful. Albion. I watched Dune the weekend. Not sure what to say about it. Which Dune did you watch? I assume you watched the older one. Yeah or no? Saw movies became more ludicrous with each installment. Yeah, they did. They really did. Ricky Gilly says, Mr. H, I recommend Alan Wake on October 1st. It is very Stephen King inspired. What's that? What? October 1st. Alan Wake. Is this a book? A person? What? What are you recommending? Ricky, my dude. Aero Snail, Mr. H Reviews. Did you watch the Del Toro series, The Strain? If you did you like it? Also, I think you'll find Chapelquate interesting. Loads of people have recommended that. I have not seen The Strain, and lots of people have recommended Chapelquate as well. And I have not watched that either. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to watch these kind of things. People recommend them, so yeah. Donovan says, I enjoy a few of Poe's stories as well. Donovan, just want to just throw this out there. You sent Sour Skittles, didn't you? It is amazing how different even Sour Skittles are from the USA to the UK ones. The ones in the US obviously have a citric acid coating on the outside of the hard candy shell. UK doesn't have any of that. Like, they are significantly less sour in the UK. I don't know why we don't. But top marks for sending them because they were delicious. I ate them yesterday and it was really nice to have the citric acid coating. It was really tasty, so thank you for that. Genuinely appreciate it. Guys, if you didn't know, I do actually have a P.O. box, which is in the description box. If you do want to send anything to me, please do. Lots of people have been sending food, sour candy, toys for Jasper, treats for Jasper, car stuff, t-shirts. This was sent as a t-shirt. Yeah, loads of stuff. So yeah, so please do send stuff if you want, ladies and gents. I set it up because you guys wanted me to set it up, so I set it up. And Ricky Gillies has been sending me books, and John Davies sent me books, which actually, John Davies, you can see them right there. That's the Books of Blood, right down there. So yeah. Mr. H, Alan Wake is a video game where you play as a writer. Being released October 1st. Ah! Perfect. Okay, deal. Yeah, happy to play that. Maybe we could do it live. Maybe that could be some of the live streams. Alan Wake. Guys, is there any games coming out that you guys would want to see me play live that you would actively be interested in? Because I did a bit of Aliens Fireteam. Not many people are interested in that. Is there any games that you guys really want to see played live? Now's the time to say it. I would genuinely be curious. Mr. H and everyone, have you seen Boss Level? Thoughts? I have, Martin. I did a review of it. I loved it. I thought it was great. It was really good. Great film. Frank Grillo is awesome in that. He's fantastic. Michelle O'Rourke, I am a writer myself, though my poetry is in the vein of more Wiccan and Druid because I'm a practitioner of witchcraft. Interesting stuff. Not anything I'm familiar with personally, but yeah, interesting. Stop! You're making my mouth water, and you're welcome. Even talking about it, I was salivating, thinking back to the sour candy. So good, so good. No, I want new games, guys. New games that are coming out that you would want to see me play. Let me know if there is anything. Anyway, my first connection with your channel was through the filter of Hellraiser. What's your take on video game experiences in that universe? Where would you start? There's not many. They never really did any of that, which sucks. I don't know why. It's crap. You'd think that they would, but yeah, no. Unfortunately not. Oh yeah, the Dead Space remake. I could do that. Yeah, 100% when that comes out. Absolutely. Deathloop. Should be a great game. Eros now. I was enjoying the Resident Evil one. We're coming back to that because we finished. I've deleted Aliens Fireteam. I'm going to do a review of it. I've deleted it from the computer now, so I'm going to be doing a review of it, my thoughts on it, if it's worth it, that sort of thing. I'm done with that game. Happy to have it off the computer, freeing up some space. So we will be returning to Resident Evil. In fact, this week, it'll be returning this week. And members of the channel have access to Doom Eternal, The Ancient Gods Part 2, where I'm currently storming the Dark Lord's castle in hell. So if you do want to check out that, become a member for as little as 99 pence a month, guys. It's a good way to support the channel, good way to get content as well that no one else has. And if you become a tier 2 member, you get access to my movies soon. That'll be happening. Hey, Mr. H, did you see this year's horror movie, The Mad Hat? No, I didn't. The Mad Hatter. I couldn't work out if I hated it or just didn't understand it. No, I never saw it. I haven't even heard of it. Nope, never even heard of it. Weird. Weird. Mr. H, was it Amblin and Lucasfilm that did Indiana Jones? Has Spielberg done a Disney film? So, no, it wasn't Amblin. It was Lucasfilm, and then I think it was like Universal or Paramount, people were saying in the comments. I can't remember. But yeah, it wasn't Amblin, I don't think. God of War 2 when it comes out. True. Don't skip the Resident Evil 8 credits. The theme is great. Is it? I like the intro to Resident Evil Village. The intro was very interesting. Not like any intro before on any Resident Evil game. Yes, I'm putting lip balm on. Sue me. No one... I cover this every time I put lip balm on a stream. Guys and girls, no one's going to want to touch your lips if they're all cracked. Alright? You've got to look after your lips, sort them out, moisturise your face, do it. Alright? No one likes cracked lips. It's like kissing a dried foot. It's fucking gross. Always have soft and supple lips. Alright? Always. It is a requirement. Hot Wheels Unleashed is out at the end of the month. Wonder if they'll have a Datsun 510. Probably not. No one has Datsun 510s. No one. And it sucks. Because I love a Datsun 510. Poo-poo, ladies and gents. Poo-poo. Scorn is finally meant to be released this autumn. Supposedly. Be interested to see whether it does. Because that film's been game has been delayed however long. James, unless you're well hydrated. Wrong, actually. I'm incredibly hydrated. I have yeah, I drink like 5 litres a day, but even my lips crack. So not fun. Not fun at all. Scored is a game made for you. Yeah, it is, yeah. That's very much a me game, isn't it? No, I will play that when it comes out. We'll just do live streams of that, to be fair. Have you played The Sinking City? No, I haven't. And the reason why is that when it came out, it was fundamentally broken and it cost too much money. So I downloaded the Call of Cthulhu instead and played that because that was not a broken game. It was a very good one, but it wasn't a broken game. So, yeah, I played that instead. Did I see the Hawkeye trailer by any chance? I did. It was alright. Looked fine. Like, it looked fine. Not terrible. Not great. Fine. Oh, no. Oh no, that sucks. Someone sent me an email saying that the Blu-ray has been scratched in transit. That sucks. Oh no. Oh well, we'll see. That sucks, man. It's the Blu-ray breaking lights that's been damaged in transit. Not anything that we have done. Just, you know, is what it is. Is what it is. Oh, very funny. Can't wait for Mrs. H reviews. This channel seriously lacks diversity. Well, you know, if that'll please everyone, sure, why not? Why not? Nice tune in the background. Can you hear that? That's not good. Damn it. Let me turn it down. There you go. Better. You should play Bright Memory. The original game was made by one dude. I've never even heard of that. That is very interesting. Aero Snail. Miss H reviews. A bit out of left field, I know. But, speaking of lips, what is your take on what? Kissing people after they have a smoke. Personally, it turns me right off. That is pretty left field, to be fair. I mean, it's not top of my agenda. But it's also dependent, I guess, on who it is and that. I don't know, really. How do I answer that? So that's like an either or, isn't it? If you offered me, if you offered me no, then obviously it'd be like, yeah, that's fine. But if it was that, then it's like, yeah, fine. I guess you just put up with it, don't you? I mean, it's not ideal, but you put up with it, I guess. I don't know. What a weird thing. Oh, that's the one that I'd already unread. Sorry. Smoke Monsters Going, Take Care. Blood Machines by Seth Ickerman. That's a good... no, it's not that good, actually, to be fair. I don't understand why they chopped that up. That was Shudder. They chopped it up into, like... nothing. I don't get it. They chopped it up into, like, 3 separate ones. Bounding into Comics. Hell, Miss H. Ah, nice to have you on, guys. Very surprised to see you here. That's new. Hello, how you doing? You could play Cuphead, Miss H, but I don't know if that's your type of game. No, it's not. See, that's not traditionally my type of game. No. But I don't. Yeah. Is Alan Wake a remake update on your adventure with that character, dude with the torch? Right. I don't know anything about the Alan Wake thing. I think it looks to be. So I did see an advert for it somewhere. So if I go to games. So it's a remastered game, the Alan Wake one. It's remastered, apparently. So take from that what you will. I'm guessing it's just sort of, you know, remastered, graphics are updated, that sort of thing. To make it a bit better like that. So, yeah. Tom Working, Alan Wake is a puzzle, decision-based video game experience involving the titular character and his journey through mystery and madness. Michelle O'Rourke, Miss H, would it be okay for me to send you my newest poem in an email for you to read? Yeah, it's fine, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to understand it, though. I'm not going to lie. Like, would I understand it or not? If it is... what did you say? Druid and Wiccan or something like that. I mean, send it to me. I'll have a look. I don't know if I'm going to understand it, but I can always Google stuff. So, yeah, send it. Why not? Absolutely. Send away. The Thing PC game. Yeah, I've heard that's quite good. I never got into that. At all, actually. Never really did. Sadly. We are up to now 1 hour 40... I think we'll probably call it a day here because we'll probably do quite a long stream on Wednesday and Friday. Because I think Wednesday, what we're going to do is do a... Wednesday, we'll do a live reading. So that'll be quite a long That'll be quite a long stream, and then we'll do the members only stream afterwards on Wednesday, like we normally do. So we'll probably call it a day here, I think. But then, just quickly, Fear Sundown says, loved Mr. H's Empty Man review. Great to see spotlights on fun stuff. It's great, isn't it? I love that film. I should have watched it a long time ago. You people have been absolutely hammering me to watch it. Yeah, 100%. So anyway, yeah, we are going to shoot off now. But yeah, Wednesday live reading. If I'm still feeling fine, we'll do the live reading on Wednesday and go from there. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this, ladies and gentlemen. Follow me over on Twitter, Instagram at Mr. H Reviews. Thank you all so much. Take care.